Do you guys like restaurant quality hash browns? Have you ever tried making those hash browns at home and find they don't come out quite just the same? What's up guys, Bill and Duke here. On this episode, I'm going to give you guys the tips and tricks to help you become hash brown heroes. Alright guys, welcome back. So here is the secret to making restaurant quality hash browns. It's simmering your potatoes in some seasoned water, basically just salt water. So the first thing we're going to want to do is get a small pot. We're just making a small amount of these hash browns. We're just starting with a couple Yukon Gold potatoes here. Water is just barely simmering. Do not want this water to boil. If you do, the outside is going to get overcooked before the inside can be properly cooked. And we're going to go ahead and just put both these potatoes in. Alright guys, next we're going to add about 3 tablespoons of salt. Just like that. Let's give it just a little stir. And we're going to put our lid back on, keeping this just at the lowest simmer. And we're going to let this go for about 10 to 15 minutes. So it's super important to have just like an al dente potato. If you overcook this, it's going to turn into a potato pancake. Alright guys, once the potatoes are done, you're going to want to remove them from the pot, put them into some ice water or some cold running water. We've got a little ice water here. This is a really important part. If you don't put them in ice water and cool them down, the starches become really gluey, and so when you try and make them into hash browns, they kind of get gloopy and it's not the right texture. Okay, so once the potatoes are cooked and they've chilled down properly, you should be able to pick it up and you shouldn't feel any heat in those. If you feel heat, just let them go a little bit longer in the ice water or in the cold running water. And I'm going to just use this serrated knife right here. Alright, we're getting really close here. We've got the potatoes peeled. Now we're going to grate the potatoes. I've just got a regular box grater right here. I use the large grater side. And we're going to grate our potato here. You see how those pieces are very cheese-ish? Bowl here. Okay, so we've got our potato in our bowl. Next we're going to add some salt and pepper to this. A little bit of pepper. Okay, we got some kosher salt here. Give this a stir. Pieces aren't sticking together. They're each individual piece. You can tell when you hold it, you can kind of feel that it's still a little firm in the center of this. It's absolutely perfect. It's what we want right there. Okay, we've got our potatoes seasoned, ready for the grill. What I'm going to use, you can use butter, you can use oil of your choice. I use bacon fat because bacon fat is super delicious. So we've got our pan here that's been preheated. We've got it on almost the lowest setting that this will go. So we're going to just grease it up. As we continue. Okay, so we've got our fat on. Let's do our hash brown. So one of the things I do is I see the spatula that I'm working with. Try not to keep it too much bigger than that, because when you go to flip it, it's going to hang off the sides, and then you're going to have these broken sides when you go to flip, and it's going to be a big mess. So here we go. We're going to land. And we're just going to take and we're going to form it up a little bit.
push down too much.
Okay, so once you got your potato on there and cooking, I just take a little bit more baking fat, kind of just go around a little bit. As this cooks, it's going to absorb a little bit more fat. And so you want to just make sure that you've got enough on there so you can crisp your hash brown up real nice. A little bit on the top so as it melts, it's going to go right into the center and help crisp up that center. That is your friend on hash browns. This is going to take a little while. We're looking for about 8-10 minutes aside. We want to make sure that we keep the heat low, and we want to make sure that we've got enough fat around that hash brown so we get that nice crispiness that we're looking for. So we're going to get about 10 minutes and we're going to give it a little flip. Alright guys, hash brown's ready. It's time to flip. Okay, so we're just going to check. See, it looks like it's intact pretty well. Loosen up any sides that we've got here. Come in. Got to flip with confidence here. Move it over just a skosh. Give it a little flip. Okay, after we flipped it once, we're going to want to put a little bit more of that bacon fat on there. Alright, our hash brown is finished cooking. Now it's time to taste. Get this guy here. Oh, crunchy, delicious hash brown. I can eat that because it's going to burn my face off. What goes better with a hash brown than ketchup? Use a little ketchup here. Let's give this a try. Crunchy, soft in the center, yet each piece has its own texture. Seasoned well. Crunchy, delicious. This is a restaurant hash brown to me. Alright guys, that's it for restaurant hash browns. I hope this video helped you guys out a little bit. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you got a comment, a question, leave it down below. I'll get back with you as soon as possible. And we'll see you next time on Chef in the Wild.